rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in her. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover.
They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up
with the Baltimore Ravens. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4.
Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to bring it.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to be a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That one caught by Gibson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. To throw is Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
9 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, Dobbins. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the interception, here's Smith.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Gibson.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 44. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, it's Smith. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
He was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. They'll run on first down. Gibson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Patrick Queen.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line.
Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington has taken a first quarter lead.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Ravens 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, Everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson now. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Baltimore.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle made by Chase Young.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's a
minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
3rd down.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they'll work from the 29 on second and 6. A shotgun snap for Smith. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No game.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
20-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down now, it's Gibson. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Smith. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Sprinkle, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now
from the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His 1st career sack.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2. Jackson now, operating from the gun. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On first down, Gibson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yannick Ngakoue. Just as hard to say his name as he is to block. He's there in on the stop that time. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Smith. And his throw is incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Just beating the play clock, Smith. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Taken down by
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
3 on the play. First down.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Caught right side at Snead. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And the Ravens.
Now a carry for Dobbins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 31, Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
First down, Ravens.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the 24, Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Baltimore.
Dobbins running out of the gun. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
J.K. Dobbins.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
At the 12-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
One more time with Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Montez Sweat drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job, because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Smith. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have to lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Give them the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Washington on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Smith. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
A 37-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
I deserve that. It's time to learn that. Mess around and
Washington on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. At fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes this Washington 24, Ravens 12.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
From the gun, Jackson.
At the 40.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Ravens.
Again, Jackson being chased out left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
To throw again is Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll be marked, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home.